There's nothing Aussie reality TV buffs love more than a fiery celebrity chef on a cooking show, and that's exactly what we're being delivered when Colin Fassnidge joins the debut season of Kitchen Nightmares Australia. Premiering Wednesday, October 12th on Channel 7 and 7+, the outspoken celebrity chef will visit a different struggling restaurant each week, uncovering why these establishments are on the brink of collapse, before relaunching them in only 5 days. On the journey to each restaurant's relaunch, Colin will use his culinary expertise to discover their inherent problems and offer solutions to put them back on their feet. From improving the food they serve, to the way they run their kitchens and business strategy, Colin aims to send each owner on their way to a brighter future. From fresh frozen seafood and burgers served with peanut butter and bananas, to kitchens mired in filth and owners at war with their staff, Colin will strip the restaurants and their menus back to what he knows will work. Along the way he will meet delusional owners, fight with belligerent chefs and bring his years of experience to the fore while working against the clock to relaunch their restaurants at the end of 5 days. Keep reading to learn more about the struggling restaurants Colin will be relaunching. Mama Jo's Diner. Mama Joseph Diner is a busted-up, broken-down American-style diner in Wallerawang, NSW. With bad attitudes and even worse food, will Colin be able to serve this owner a reality check in just 5 days? Owner Jo is over her head in debt. She's recently sold her car to pay the staff and currently owes more than $100,000. As a result, Jo is very hands-on with her business. When she's not serving chili dogs, cheesy dogs and double American burgers, Jo's giving her staff a serving of their own. Colin's take: behind every bad business is a disillusional owner, and Mama Jo is a prime effing example. She dreams of taking her small-town American diner global, but can't even get anyone to turn off the effing highway. I've got my work cut out for me if I want to bring her back to reality before she goes bankrupt. Cooks at Corrigan's. Colin heads to Batemans Bay, NSW to help resort owner Andrew with an angry chef and a failing restaurant. When he arrives, other major problems are uncovered, including Andrew's true motives. Batemans Bay and the surrounding coast has had a tough few years, starting with the summer bushfires and closely followed by the pandemic. This community well and truly needs a break, and it seems the restaurant staff do too, as Andrew has been feeding lies and setting them up for failure, not to mention passing off frozen product from Vietnam as fresh. Colin's take: this restaurant is a prime example of someone with a huge effing ego allowing their power to overrule common sense. Andrew is not utilizing what is right under his nose: a great resort and location, and an amazing chef. Andrew is misusing all his assets but is completely oblivious that it's all his fault. Guru Life. It's not all good vibes at Guru Life in Rosemount, Queensland. Owner Johnny loves to party behind the counter instead of working, meaning he and his long-suffering fiancée, Katie, are drowning in debt and their restaurant is going downhill fast. Johnny started Guru Life as a coffee roasting business, but 6 years later it's a restaurant with a big garden and an even bigger menu. What should be a calming and relaxing eatery leaves customers stressed and overwhelmed by the chaotic laundry list menu, horrific service and poorly cooked meals. Johnny's iconic curry nights only seem to be making matters worse, as peak tray times are left deserted, meaning Johnny and Katie's bills continue to pile up. Colin's take: Johnny's got the wrong attitude for a business owner. He thinks everyone is his friend and parties with his staff rather than doing business. With no structure or business plan, Johnny's restaurant is going down the effing drain, costing him money, friendships and ultimately his dream. Café de Vie. Café de Vie in Homebush, NSW is a classic case of the worst restaurant in the best street. With a plethora of foot traffic, Colin's left scratching his head as to why this place is serving terrible food. Going behind the counter, Colin discovers a disgusting kitchen and an owner at war with her chef. Owner Virginia is in over her head. She's taken on the restaurant from a sick relative and is pouring her heart and soul into the place, but just can't get it right. Her head chef is doing all he can, but Virginia's frequent menu changes and constant meddling is leaving him on the verge of walking out. Colin's take: poor Virginia is well out of her depth and shouldn't have ever been put in charge of a kitchen. She's hemorrhaging money due to the fact she was handed over a restaurant she never wanted. To top it all off, she is being held to ransom by her head chef. Araucaria experienced chef Anthony and his partner Lauren operate a restaurant in Waimea, NSW at the foot of the Blue Mountains. While it's an idyllic location, customers can't find the restaurant as it backs onto a Pokies room, a huge problem for a pair who only took on their lease 11 months ago and aren't making enough money to pay the staff wages. Chef Anthony can cook, but has dishing up the wrong food for his audience. Colin's take: this is a very sad story of owners who got so far in debt they can't see a way out. They have a great chef, who unfortunately has tunnel vision and has lost the spirit it takes to run a restaurant. Cafe Martini: it's unpalatable food served with a side of denial when Colin gets stuck in a time warp at the Daggy Cafe Martini in Wangaratta, Victoria. This restaurant was the hottest place in town 22 years ago, but it's stuck in the 20th century. Husband and wife team, Mark and Belinda, have owned the restaurant for years and have seen a revolving door of chefs but still won't make any changes. As self-appointed head chef, Belinda refuses to listen to feedback from customers or staff. She is serving up frozen oysters, microwaved barramundi, and throwing money away by selling expensive and oversized steaks in a 2-for-1 deal. Colin's take: Cafe Martini is stuck so far in the effing past. The two owners have their heads so far up their own arse and are so resistant of change that they won't listen to a customer or their own team. Are the owners too proud to bring their once thriving restaurant into the 21st century?